This time I'm gonna work with scale and rotate, and of course with the same file for now, and make sure you save it as long as you go further with this course. I will put my cursor right here and zoom in with my wheel, and I'm gonna pick this object. You can pick any object that you want, but I just picked this one, so if you want to change, by all means. My scale command is right here. You can activate it just by clicking here or right click, and there it is. Whatever method you want, do it. It matters what you want, okay? So it asked me to specify a base point. Make sure these two are turned on so it can help you to pick any point along this object that you selected. I'm gonna pick this point right here, and as I move, it will make it bigger, smaller, whatever. So as you can see, as I move it, it's 1954. It's so big, but I want to make it bigger by 25%, so I'm gonna put 1.25 and press enter. So it's 25% bigger than it was. Okay, let's go ahead and try something different. Let's say, okay, I'm at this base point, and the factor is 1.5, so I'm making it 50% bigger. You can play with it. You can play with this factor. You can see how it changes. Okay, I'm gonna undo that because it's too big. This size is sufficient for me. Now we're gonna work with rotate, okay? I will select my object, which is this one, and right click, or you can choose your rotate command from here, from home, modify, there it is. Okay, it asked me to specify a base point. Make sure these two are turned on so it makes your work so much easier. So I want the center point for this table. I'm gonna show you why, because if for example, if I chose this base point, you see how it rotates around that point. I don't want that. This is so not good, and I want it to rotate just where it's replaced and just around that center point. I'm gonna do it again and choose my command. Now, how do I specify the center point for this table? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and make sure these are turned on, and the midpoint for this one is this. I'm gonna leave it there for a couple of seconds. I will not click. As I move away, it leaves like a reference point. That's exactly what I want. And the center point for this one, or the midpoint, I'll leave it for a couple of seconds, and this is my reference point. Okay, this is another reference point. I will need the intersection between this. Okay, it just went on, and the midpoint for this, midpoint for this one, and there it is. You have to do it a bit quick, but not too quick, just to make sure that you want to know what you're doing. Okay, so here is the center point for this table. I'm gonna click it. As you can see, I have the center. I can rotate it around the center point for this table, and specify rotation angle for rotation angle. Okay, it's 45. It doesn't matter if it's minus or positive. It's gonna have the same effect for this table because you just want it to be rotating. Okay, I'm gonna put 45. So as I mentioned earlier in my videos, in AutoCAD it's counterclockwise. Okay, so when I put a positive value, it will rotate it in counterclockwise. If you want to rotate it in the clockwise, you should put minus value.